once you get 2 boat links out in front of the boat beside you, you can move over. So you don't have to stay in your lane all the way through the turn.
Right.
3-pin turn at number 1, 2-pin turn at number 2. So you're heading southwest out of the harbor at the start, turning left all the way around, so counterclockwise around this course, 4.48 miles here around Key West. And when you turn at 1, you're running right into a stiff east-southeast wind. Right now reported at Fort Zachary at 11, but if you go offshore and get away from the island, it is a steady 20 miles an hour out of the east-southeast. So all the way down to Fort Zachary Taylor, as you bust around that 2-pin turn, you come back into the harbor, find some calmer water, and then down to that just hairpin turn, which will be a 3-pin turn in front of the Harbor Hotels deep in Key West Harbor. We had Joey scrambling to redo his points because he did not get the revised points, which
did miss that one.
Hey, they didn't come out till 10 minutes before the drivers' meeting, so it's not shame on you. But yeah, no.
It does. I mean, it makes it El Bandito is wide open there, but still, it changes teams like the fast boys can do it, even if they just get on the right thing. Boat floaters got a little more of a run towards the championship, right. But again, it is doable. Just need a little more help from the teams.
They've got 3 boats in front of them. We saw orange smoke.
Yep.
It's BRV Resorts race to lose. If they stay out front because they have the number 1 points, if they were to go around and win, but here really, ultimately, whoever wins today out of that top 3 grid really has an excellent chance of winning this thing.
No doubt about that. Speed Marine and North Myrtle Beach could go 1-3 and be locked up with each other come championship points here. Today's only the 2 races that's in this.
That's correct. All right,
Do you want the bracket boats, or you want to wait till they've started?
Yeah, go ahead. They're still holding up the red flag.
Bracket 200, we have 4 boats. 2 Conks Harpoon Harries, 36 Spectre, Scott Brown, Eddie Tamburino. 221 OC Racing, led wire to wire on Friday. Joey Olivero, Billy Glick out of Sarasota. Team Woody, Billy Shipley, Chad Woody had some problems with water pumps on Friday, so they're just going to be looking to be a spoiler. Yep. Herbot Racing, same thing, and I think they made a lap or 2, and that's it for 200. Bracket 400, Simmons Racing, 34 Phantom. Jim Simmons, owner. Kevin Campbell is the driver. Miss Stress, Phantom 30-footer. Jimmy Wessel from Fort Myers driving. Bruce Dudley from Key West. Framed Offshore Racing, John Jeniak, Michael Flamia, both of Key West. And Friday's winner was SRQ Racing, 32 Phantom with Corey Chantry and Larry Fonteca. And the 477 Trump, 30-foot Phantom, Damon Murata and Mark Fernandez. This was the shocker boat, and Mark Fernandez bought it from Chris Colson, and we'll see if he keeps the new president's name on it all next season or not.
They seem to be a big popular one out here with all the Trump flags flying all over the, what a better name. Everybody's your fan right now. Come on now.
Right. Yeah.
Brilliant marketing.
Really, race director Roderick Cox came in on Wednesday, and he said, let's make racing great again. They got a rousing applause from the teams here in Key West.
Now in that bracket, too, you say, the Team Woody, they have a shot here. If they win it today, 2 conks, or if OC does not come in second, there's their title right there. That's all that has to happen in that bracket 2 class today. Yeah,
that's where sometimes I kind of get like, is it really fair to have double points on Sunday for a guy?
Well, when you have Wednesday and Friday, it is.
But OC has run so well all season. I'd be really surprised not to see him continue to do so.
And Joey, you're right. I mean, you factor in no Wednesday race, it really changes the dynamic. This race is hugely important. As our Mod V boats get up on plane, as the yellow flag is still flying, we're ready to go racing here in Key West.
Have they learned
Start
nothing?
2. Trying to line
so
up.
close together.
They're going to be tight.
This
turn 1's going to be a battle.
Start, guys.
Yep.
This will be critical out to turn number 1.
RNS might be getting a good lucky jump here.
Go floater
and
coming.
Same with
forward.
boat floater too.
There.
And there's the green.
El Bandito got a bad start.
El Bandito got a bad start, but the Coldalls got a great start.
They
look like no Muncie.
Look at those extremes out front, baby. Look at running tough there. 1 and 2, 3.
But now El Bandito's coming up, and Fast Boys is on the hip of X Insurance.
And R&S coming up on in between Fast Boys and X Insurance. Good, give them some room there, boys.
Remember now where El Bandito was making their time was out on the outside leg. Now I'm sure some of these other teams have reset up, maybe prop differently, and changed their strategy. Now El Bandito is just laying back and going to let this group go through. NMBRV will have the shot closest to the pin. Speed Marine in lane 2, Boat Floater in lane 3 as they head.
And there goes X Insurance
as they head towards the roughest part of the course.
Yep.
Be smart, boys. Got a long race to go.
Good shot from the X Insurance Helicam here.
Oh my gosh! Look at the speed on the X Insurance boat.
Steven
rolling through there.
Miklos' setup on Friday was from 2015 when they won the.
Whoa! Hold it together, boys. Stay in it.
Yeah.
Almost went up on their side, Kevin.
They definitely went on their side.
Yeah, to the point of going over.
They
recovered.
Good recovery.
Yeah,
Everybody's still there.
All right, it's Speed Marine launching in the lead. Still in MBRV Resort with the inside. Look as they dig in and get some speed. Speed Marine's falling off a bit.
You move forward by keeping your boat in the water.
Look at El Bandito, Yankee Tequila on the inside. They're moving up into second.
Still big out there.
Now Speed Marine getting it back, gripping and pulling and holding second into turn 2.
Here comes Statement Marine X Insurance on the outside. Just blew past. They're going right past El Bandito right now.
So we get a shot from the X Insurance Helicam. Now back down the chute into the harbor, the leading grid here. That's NMBRV Resort. Hannah and Brito after a win on
Hannah and Rinda,
excuse me.
Yep, and Speed Marine in second.
NMBRV Resort in first, Speed Marine in second, X Insurance third, El Bandito Yankee Tequila in fourth.
Boat Floater fifth, R&S sixth. But R&S just pulled alongside Boat Floater, so we'll see. X Insurance Safe Cash is going to have to work their way through the field again, just like they did on Friday.
You said it.
It came to them late, and they ended up fourth.
See how they go through here.
Seeing how everything looks in the harbor.
Clean turn here through the harbor turn.
No one's on anybody's hip, so.
No, not today. Not yet.
Getting a look at our bracket boats now as they turn at Fort Zachary Taylor coming across the fans right there. Our lead V-bottoms in the bracketed classes, class 200 and 400.
Looks like OC is right back out to the front.
So NMBRV continues to lead off screen with about a 3.7 second lead over Speed Marine as they head out to turn 1. Now back to our leaders.
OC Racing.
In bracket class 200, OC Racing.
They're running 8 laps. Herbot in second.
So Herbot Racing holds second.
I'll tell you what, that X Insurance is starting to catch Speed Marine, running third right now.
Precious Vodka SRQ leads class 400. Team Woody's in third in 200. Trump is in second and 4. Framed is third in 400.
It's Hog's Breath. Now back to the X Insurance Helicam.
Yep.
NMBRV with the overall leads. We jump back to the harbor. There's your third boat in bracket class 400. Michael Flamia and John Jennick, the local Key West team, framed offshore. So NMBRV turning at 1 as we flip back in to look at Simmons Racing in 4th.
Oh, they took a good flyer out there, NMB. Seeds catching on
now. Back to our our leaders in Mod V. That's NMBRV, Resort, and Speed Marine running 1-2 in Mod V here.
I guess Kyle and Jay aren't worried about the boat holding together.
They don't care. They're going. They're going to run that thing till it's 6.
A little bit of glass work. We talked about the collision with El Bandito, Kevin, for them to do to that boat.
Yeah, they took a pretty substantial hit there. I mean, the strongest part of Miklos's boat hit, a vulnerable part of the boat actually hit right behind the cockpit bulkhead.
Yep.
Luckily, little Kev Murphy got in there. Britt and those guys had some Kevlar and carbon around. They got it all patched up, and they did have a cracked tailpipe. That's why when we were seeing them fall off power on Friday, that's what was going on. They were getting some reversion in the exhaust. They got that all welded up. They got a brand new motor in the thing right now, hoping that exhaust holds together and see what they can do with it.
When you build your own motors, you're kind of self-reliant.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. Lap number 2, NMBRV. Resort continues to lead after lap number 2. This is the first full lap of the day.
And they're running 10 today.
2-second lead. They turned that lap unofficially at 71 miles an hour. X Insurance will hold third.
Get R&S marching up. Good job, guys.
The bad boy.
Tommy Crowley and Howard Richardson doing great together. They got a boat they've been getting a lot of help from Speed Marine there too. So looking good, boys.
Yeah, they've been slowly working their way up through the year.
Yep.
I was down on my sheet. Did El Bandito come through?
No.
No,
I
did not see them.
Not yet.
So
here's Boat Floater in 5th.
Yeah, Boat Floater now is moved up to 5th. And El Bandito has not come back through. After
I just want to.
Fast
Boys is under tow.
Fast Boys under
So
tow.
Safe Cash X Insurance up to 6. OC back still in the front in 200.
We'll come on to your screen for the live stream here in a moment, folks.
That's Billy Glick from Sarasota, who everyone wants to see his red fountain out here.
Anyway, here just for the fans, the mole, that was OC Racing. They're leading in Class 200. The rest of the Class 200 fleet is now turning at Fort Zachary Taylor. You can see the bounce that they're facing, the hard water there. The convergence of the ocean and the Gulf of Mexico comes right through here, and we're kind of at a change of the tide where it's coming in now, and towards the middle of the afternoon, it'll start going the other way, and depending on the wind conditions, might stack up a little bit more out there on the outside leg. But that's why you get this confused water that these boats are running in.
And this is Precious Vodka leading Class 400 on the second lap. And Team Woody is now second in bracket 200.
On top with the X Insurance Helicam, that's the X Insurance Safe Cash. Had a
32 Phantom.
Very successful national campaign this year as we head back into the harbor. Framed offshore's Hog's Breath racing team, Flamia and Jenick. Got them in second now, is that correct?
No, Trump went by.
Trump did go by, so that's third for.
Yeah, what you're seeing with OC and Team Woody is 39 foot of Phantom and 32 foot of fountain running
35.
surface. But running surface.
Oh, running surface, yeah.
That's like 32 feet.
Yeah, it is.
With the beak. And Simmons still running 4th and 400.
Should be looking for the Mod V boats coming down next. Looked like should be the same as it was, first, second, and third.
Yeah, they're coming across 1 to 2 right now.
So we'll look for it. There's our leaders. It continues.
Here they come. Yep.
Yeah, it still continues to be the two Extremos. NMBRV Resort with the lead. Looks like they pulled a bit on Speed Marine in second. Turning this lap.
They are dumping ballast, trying to get everything that they can out of that boat so they can get as much speed coming into this calmer water. Looking good.
3 minutes and 42 seconds.
I got just under 5 second interval.
About 4 seconds. Kevin still got them averaging. This is unofficial, based on based on the length of the course at 4:48, they at about 71 miles an hour.
Still running strong.
Crazy part for that Statement Marine boat right there. Their third place running right now has them on the podium for the World Championship, the way things have broken down today.
Yeah, and then they finished last on Friday, no doubt. There's RNS Racing.
Now, Joey, what could fourth place for RNS do? Because they were mid-pack.
They're sitting 206. You've got 211 points for that Statement 47 right now,
Yep.
and then 206 for the RNS, and fast boat floaters are both sitting 5 points back.
OC Racing continuing to lead, 3 laps of 8 in the books here.
Well, I became a journalist because I'm no good at math. So.
Bracket class 200.
And now X-Cash moved up again. They're up to 4th or 5th.
Boat floater right behind them
And
in 6th.
that's what Safe Cash X Insurance did the other day. And we're only on lap 4 of 10.
And the big story.
And actually, crazy part, with that move that we just saw going by boat floaters, that moves Safe Cash onto the podium for the World Championship by 3 points. That's how close and tight we are into this mess right now.
And I don't think they're done moving up.
No, they did that on Friday. They kept moving up in the pack. It's been a dominant phantom hole. As we get a good look at the 29 Extreme of Speed Marine, a rookie on the season in that boat, but neither Kyle Miller or Jay Woltman are rookies.
No.
They worked up and down the ranks, especially with you, Kevin, and Britt Lilly of LSB Powerboats.
Yeah, they've got some time in that X Insurance boat that's trailing them right now. They've both run them. I've run with Kyle in that boat, and Jay and Britt actually took second in the Worlds here last year. But yeah, they definitely know these boats. They've been dialing theirs in. That thing's an animal. And but I tell you, right now, those first 3 LSB Extreme boats are running a pretty tight pack up there. That's a pretty good race up there, first, second, and third.
And the Safe Cash Phantom running strong again here today as they're up to 5th.
Oh, look at that. X got around speed.
So X Insurance, Nick Buis, JJ Turk in the 29 Extreme passes their other Extreme teammate, Speed Marine, now in second out at turn number 1.
We just heard that the Trump boat is down.
SRQ Racing through.
So you're fired.
In Key West, Florida. Final day of racing as we get a good look now of Framed Offshore. They'll move up to second. Team Hog's Breath crew.
Did SRQ come through?
They did.
Oh, okay. Another Britt Lilly boat.
Yep.
That was the Hurricane of Awesomeness.
It was. We ran
and then that was Twisted V with
Jim York and Travis Pastrana.
And Travis Pastrana. In one of the greatest in-cockpit videos on YouTube you'll ever see.
Guys are a trip, man. I fortunately or unfortunately got to run a couple races with Jim Yorks and Trav, and those guys are a trip, man. But they are not scared of anything.
A good shot from the X Insurance Helicam, the SRQ Precious Vodka team.
And now Simmons could sneak onto the podium, but we got a caution in turn 2. And MBRV just came by, still leading.
And
Speed Marine.
Speed Marine got back around. Speed Marine got back around X Insurance here in the harbor.
This is where you're going to see these guys are going to excel at certain parts of the course and not as well on others. And I think that's what you saw right there. X got around them on the outside and the rough stuff.
Could we be seeing a close turn here coming into the harbor? Or are they still?
I think they're safe there.
All right.
Blowing off ballast.
Still dumping ballast.
Just finished off. OC Racing through. Lap number 4 of 8. And leading in bracket class 200.
RNS still kind of running by themselves in 4th. Herbot's under tow.
Look at Safe Cash hitting that hard water at turn number 2.
Whew.
Skipping. Getting some bounce.
Yeah, this is like a Mid-Atlantic championship. We got Maryland, we got Pennsylvania,
we got Jersey,
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Echo on top of the X Insurance Helicam as we got a brief look at their X Insurance VIP area. And another X Insurance, one of the 7 boats sponsored the Safe Cash team, Rick Robb, Scott Jobin, boat floaters, Stephen Kildall, an original Mark Spates built extreme hull with the old deck on it.
Yeah, the thing everyone says though is the bottoms are the same on all those extremes.
The bottoms are exactly the same. This boat with the newer aerodynamic deck like Steve Miklos has, but as is in
that Miklos right there?
It is the undertow. It is.
Yeah.
But Kevin Britt building this with a completely different lamination schedule, more carbon fiber in these new extreme boats. A lot of things that he was able to learn from Peter Ledden at Skater. Both of these are 29 extremes out of that generation from LSB Power Boats.
Here comes Nick and JJ, and JJ loves to run a tight line.
Oh, yeah. Good race there. But like you were saying, Todd, they
look at them come up.
Oh, that's a good one. You can see the damage there on Speed Marine.
To the...
That ain't nothing. Keep going, boys. Stay in it.
JJ's been doing that for 2 years on an open cockpit boat. Now, that he feels more secure.
Oop.
Man,
settle her down now. Oh, that's a good run there.
Side by side, X Insurance, Speed Marine battling for second in Mod B. There's Team Woody, Chad Woody, and Billy Shipley on board. So we see our second and third boats zoom by in Mod V.
SRQ, Precious Vodka, still running strong.
We'll be looking for our leader in Mod V, the NMBRV, our resort. Kurt Hanna and Mark Rinda leading in Mod V. In second, I believe, is X Insurance, Nick Buis, and JJ Turk. So we get another look at our number 2 boat in bracket 200. Here comes our leader in Mod V in front of us here.
Wow.
I'll tell you, those guys duking it out back there, second and third. That's giving Mark and
Kirk and Mark,
giving them a chance to just keep excelling their lead.
X Insurance and Speed Marine back in, and it's X Insurance, Statement Marine in second, turn. Speed Marine in third.
Can we stay with this battle through the turn?
There you go. You see,
because JJ will turn it.
This is where a situation like that is where the infraction came from the other day. Let's see how everybody handles themselves going into here. You got to be smart.
Yep. Yeah, the NMBRV team, Kurt Hanna and Mark Rinda, they turned that lap a mile an hour faster. So they've got that boat running super well here in Key West for the second straight race.
Oh, they definitely got in.
And Mod V, we're only halfway through.
Yeah,
lap count wise,
5 of 10. So
RNS still coming through the off camera.
Simmons racing now up to third in bracket class 400. RNS
still holding fourth in Mod V, but it looks like off camera that JJ and Nick are pulling Speed Marine a little bit on the other outer leg.
They definitely got around him and put some gap in the
but we've got Safe Insurance, Safe Cash.
Safe Cash is not running well now.
No, they're off the pace.
In front of the fans here at the outer mole. Back to our number 2 boat was X Insurance. And we get a good look now from the X Insurance helicam at our lead boat, NMBRV Resort. Heading out to turn number 1. You can see the waves hitting the beam of the boat from the east-southeast. They head out there and they'll turn right into the teeth of it at 1.
Yep, Safe Cash X Insurance just pulled to the middle of the course.
Well, they have been
tough break.
A reliable boat all year long. Tough break for them, as you say.
And now Boat Floater is the beneficiary, moving up into 5th. And Joey is madly erasing and recalculating.
That's what happens.
Well, the statement, that second place move pretty much bumped them into the podium and locked them in pretty well right now. So you're looking at that statement. If they hold second place, they're going to be third on the podium for the World Championship.
El Bandito, Yankee Tequila. Stephen Furman on top of the cockpit. is unable to defend their world championship here in Key West after a mechanical here on Sunday. They went around the course fastest. We look at Herbot on also in the middle of the infield, but a penalty knocked them down to second. Today it's a mechanical that knocks them out of today's race.
It's actually been an uncharacteristically down year for them mechanically.
It has.
They're usually very consistent.
And Team Woody holding second. Only 2 boats continuing to run. We saw 2 Kongs, Harpoon Harries under tow earlier as we see our leader in MBRV. This is lap number 6 of 10.
They are looking good today, man.
Yep.
Just can't be any happier for them. I mean, new boat like that to come out as strong as they are, and they deserve it. They've been putting in a lot of time.
The coolest thing is this boat doesn't even need graphics. It just looks
sweet.
so good like
It does. And back on them.
Yeah.
3 minutes, 44 seconds.
Watch behind. Here comes.
They're making time.
Undoubtedly behind them. That Statement Marine is coming up strong.
About 3 seconds off the pace. X Insurance now. And Speed Marine in third.
I think what we might be seeing here is they might NMRB might have gone with a little bit taller prop.
Yep.
I think they're getting a little bit more top end. But like I said, JJ and Nick are definitely they're working on them. They're hunting them down.
Back above with the X Insurance Helicam looking at their team boat, 29 Extreme, Nick Buis, JJ Turk, turning in Key West Harbor, 3-pin turn.
I'm surprised he's not tighter to the buoy there.
He went a little wide there.
Yeah, I
He's
thought
trying
he
to
was
carry
going to
that
do the
speed.
go wide, and
There's
then
also OC Racing
speed
comes
up.
through. OC Racing, 2 laps left to go.
yep.
You know, you got to think about the point that North Myrtle Beach boat right now, look, even if they allow that Statement Marine to get by them, it's still their world championship to win.
Yeah.
What are you really going out to try to make sure we finish at this point? Make these last 4 laps get through, and it's our world title.
Yeah, I know. That's the discipline you got to have there. I mean,
RNS Racing in fourth.
A lot easier said than done.
Yeah,
You not want to win, but I mean, at some point, second and first gets you a world championship.
sometimes
here.
your cojones override your brain, you know.
That happens a lot in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, X Insurance, you can see them chasing the leader, and they have definitely pulled closer to NMB RV. Kurt Hanna, Mark Renda, the leader.
That's where you
Here.
got it.
Wow, I know it's an angle, but this sure looks like X Insurance has been taking a much tighter line on the course
They're getting up there.
than NMBRV is.
Oh,
They're going into turn 1 pretty close now.
as we look at Simmons. Well, these boats, I mean, particularly you've heard of boats that fall into their setup. Will they run better, lighter on fuel in rough conditions like this, or is it better to be heavier? I know they can take on ballast.
I can. I don't know if the fuel really plays into it that much. I mean, if you were in a totally flat course, it would. But, you know, you've got at least a third, if not half of the course that's really choppy. And, you know, you're going to be putting ballast. I mean, that's what you see, the spray coming out of the side of the boats when these guys are coming down. They're dumping ballast water out so they can get lighter to come into this calmer water. So I don't know if the fuel really factors in, but you know, like I said, I got a feeling a couple of these guys might have gone on smaller props. Some of them run a little bit bigger, so you can get a little more top end, and that might be what we're seeing with North Myrtle.
Yeah, on the roughest leg of the course, between 1 and 2 now, your leaders, NMBRV, being trailed by Boat Floater. You can see they're in trouble keeping that boat level and in the water, but they're handling it beautifully in these 29 Extremes.
Is that Team Woody? It looks like it was just off.
NMBRV with the MER engines.
Now it'll be interesting to see if as they come close to the harbor, will NMBRV start to pull them because they do have the taller wheel.
That's right. This is where we're going to see it. And they went. JJ and those guys went a little wider than I thought they would.
Yeah.
So let's see what the gap is here.
Is that X Insurance? Are those Tyler Crockett engines?
I'm not sure if they have the Scorpion or the Tyler Crockett in for this.
I think it's a Crockett motor.
It's a Crockett motor, I'm pretty sure, yeah. It's what Britt was racing last year.
Yep.
Exactly. Tyler
and
Crockett
they made up some time
They
there,
did.
boys.
Here we go.
Closing that gap.
Yeah. Challenging here. Let's see what happens. happens,
Oh,
and
man.
if NMBRV lets them go around, they know they've got the World Championship locked up. There are 2 places in the points between Speed Marine. They have a little bit of wiggle room with Speed Marine as well, as NMBRV has the inside line at that turn.
JJ tries to go to the inside of this one.
We're going to be watching that here from our broadcast center, and certainly watch as those boats come out of the turn. They definitely they turned that last
outside.
lap a little bit, a couple of seconds longer, down to 70.4 miles unofficially per hour. Was your Mod V leader, and we'll see if X Insurance can span the gap in that turn on the way out.
They looks like they kind of held. They might have, if anything, lost a little ground there.
Off camera, we are watching the boats come out of the turn. X Insurance about 1.8 seconds behind as they chase NMBRV. We just saw Framed Offshore come through, continuing to run in second.
Did you guys see Precious Vodka come through?
No, that's why I'm thinking Frame moved
I
up.
think Frame just jumped in front of him.
So potentially,
Which would give Frame the points lead for the World Championship chase right now.
yeah, right now X Insurance is making a move again towards turn 1 on NMBRV. Played this game last time and they battled in.
He's got that thing running. Like, you see how that bow's popping up like that? He is letting that thing hang out for everything that he can. This is where you got to, Nick is. You got to start tucking it back in here and get that bow settled down, keep the boat in the water, keep going. But you can tell he's charging hard when you see that nose start popping up like that.
When does he start picking ballast up now?
When I run, you pick up right past that green marker, just past the island. That's when I start filling. And then by the time you start hitting the stuff, you're ready for it.
What's the maximum amount of water you would take on in this type of water?
This one, I mean, I think the ballast tanks are like 50 gallons or something, or it's something like 400 pounds. I think you can add. So you might be putting half. Ooh, yeah.
This is what you're all looking for. X Insurance digging in and moving side
settle
by
it down,
side.
boys. Come on.
Trying
got
to
a
make the
drag
move,
race
but
here. Come on.
You got to
Oh, there you go. There's the setup. There you go.
You want the prop in the water to keep moving forward.
There you go. You see how he dug
They
in?
slowed.
Oh, no. What happened?
NMBRV slowed. And now X Insurance is blown by and taking the lead.
Oh, man. That's a shame.
He's definitely off the pace all the way.
Now they have come off plane.
Yes, they have.
And they're idling.
Shoot.
And
They're back up
now
it
Speed
looks like.
Marine
No, they're not.
will move
That's
past them.
Shoot.
So you saw them hit hard in that battle with X Insurance between 1 and 2. Here comes Boat Floater. Continue running 5th. On lap 8 of 10.
They still down?
Yeah, they're under their own power, but yeah, they're not on plane. Boys are looking good in the X Insurance statement boat.
Right now, the biggest fans of the X Insurance is that North Myrtle Beach right now, because they need them to hold off that Speed Marine in order for their world title.
So they still got a shot.
They still have a shot.
Wow.
They're back up and running.
They got to sit in 3rd place, and they cannot have that Speed Marine to overtake this X Insurance boat.
Well, RNS moves up. What's that going to do to it?
What's that? Well, RNS, I mean, depending on if the North Myrtle Beach comes around here or not. But if they're back up with their own power, they're sitting 3rd. They're still in World Championship place.
Okay.
Yeah, X
they might be
Insurance
falling
just
off
came
there.
through, leading, and here comes the number 2 boat overall, Speed Marine.
They sound good. They look good. I just got a feeling they might be a little short on the prop.
Yep.
We have X Insurance, Statement Marine in first. We have 2 laps, Eric, to go.
Yes, sir.
And
North Myrtle Beach is, or
Marine.
NMB is idling right now, basically.
Stay up and running, guys.
Shame.
That's.
The longer it takes,
That
the
is the
longer
worst
the
feeling.
worse they get to the podium's slipping away right there. Just going further and further.
And when you
481 is taking on water. So that's SRQ Precious Vodka, who were directly across from us.
stay running, guys.
Trump team, Mark Fernandez, Damon Murata Sr. under tow.
There
now
we
they get
go.
it back up and running. NMBRV.
Yeah, still sitting third, though. This is where they need to be.
There you go.
There's still a world championship in place if they can stay right here and hold this spot and hold off that RNS Racing team, the number 19. Not over for them yet.
X Insurance, your overall leader out of the Statement Marine family, Nick Buis and JJ Turk.
They were almost kind of forgotten in the battle with El Bandito and Speed Marine because of their gimbal issues on Friday.
Yeah, and they had a wiring issue in Sarasota, so the last two they haven't been having the best days, but they're making up for it right now.
So RNS is still in fourth.
Yes.
Do you think they know how important they are to the World Championship chase right now? That number 19 boat going around is just kind of doing his thing in fourth place. He has no probably idea how important he is. And there's your world champs actually right there. They should be done.
Framed offshore.
One more lap.
Okay.
There's your world champs. I called that one to her. OC is your world champions.
OC Racing.
Yep.
They're done. That's their
Finishes up in first. They lead start to finish.
Yeah, they're the only one in the class to finish. So how the rest of it shakes out will be just
Team Woody
laps
should finish,
completed.
Team Woody should actually get they're 6 laps down the other day. But the point-wise, even with second place points today, they're going to overtake Herbert Racing. Too confident to get there. So Team Woody's going to be your second place in bracket 2, and third's going to go to Herbert.
Whoa!
Racing.
Somebody on the outside really stood it up. I don't know who that was.
Off camera, off the.
Yeah, we were with
X Insurance now.
Simmons.
Looking forward to their position on the course heading to turn number 2. And
that might have been.
That's Speed Marine. And looks like Boat Floater, who is behind on the pace. A couple of boats that are down in the middle of the course, the Safe Cash, X Insurance, and Herbot Racing, with all of their local sponsors, including Vixens. Always appreciate the Herbots here in Key West. Here comes down in front of Fort Zachary Taylor on the beach, coming northbound into the harbor, blowing ballast, is X Insurance Statement Marine, continuing to lead now after moving up from fourth and third earlier to second, now to first. And as they pass through here at the harbor, will be 1 lap to go to finish up this Mod V race here
Looking
for
solid.
the Key West World Championships.
Yep, if you're a fan of North Myrtle Beach Racing, you're a fan of X Insurance Safe Cash right now.
Speed Marine
X
needs
Insurance.
a tow in turn 1.
You mean X
Statement.
Sorry, Statement. Boat Floater comes
I
through.
saw somebody stand it up out there off in the distance. I
They're
wonder if
in
that was
fifth.
them.
JW just let me know that Speed Marine needs a tow out in turn 1.
So,
then that's it. That opens the door for North Myrtle right there.
So Speed Marine apparently having a mechanical and will have to be towed back in, as we're getting that word from race control.
If anyone does like to tow their boat with an RV, Kirk Hanna's NMB RV Resort just built up. It's a nice facility.
It's amazing. I mean, you want to go just to hang out. I mean, he's got a water park there and right on the river. I mean, awesome place.
Nope, they're down and
still
trying to
struggling.
get back up. Yep.
Still struggling here.
They're fighting something. Something shook loose when they.
It's that rough out there. I mean, you got a lot of stuff.
Try and get it back up here on plane and get moving. NMB RV.
Now, where is RNS?
That's going to make it interesting here at the podium race.
Because this is framed.
Because if Speed Marine is down 2, then that opens up somebody to pull into second place here, potentially RNS to make that move, and then that would make things really interesting.
How about X Insurance with a 200 points plus bonus points? Even though they finished last, can they make the podium?
Oh yeah, they're sitting second solid right now.
Second place.
That 74 Statement X Insurance, the green. Yeah, that one's solid second place right now in the World Championship.
Could they take the title?
No, they need Speed Marine going down. Depends off if RNS and Boat Floaters get up in here. Yes, they could. If RNS takes second, Boat Floaters takes third, you have the Statement Marine taking the world title.
But here comes RNS.
Yeah.
Who's officially second
are
place
they
now, right?
Second?
They're second.
Good for Howard.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Back to your overall leader. We'll see where they turn this last lap.
Taking it, playing it smart now.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't have any pressure on them. sure they're getting communication from comms, let them know that the race is theirs. And even though an early mechanical issue knocked them out of the race, finishing last on Friday, today they've run it smart and they got this boat moving up the grid and into the position to take the checkered flag in Sunday's race final here in the Key West World Championships presented by Performance Boat Center. Nick Buis and J.J. Turk.
And Nick has been.
There's NMBRV under power. I mean, not under power again. Again, having issues. There's Team Woody also in the middle of the infield.
But Nick Buis years ago was on the top spot of the podium here.
Oh, he was.
Pro Marine, right?
With his Pro Marine team. Here comes Team Hawks Breath. That'll be
boys,
a win for the Key West crew. In
The old
bracket
girl gets
class
another one.
400, you know, they were fully committed. That's an old LSB boat that you ran, Kevin Smith, with Britt Lilly. It's the original LSB Hurricane of Awesomeness. Michael Flamia, John Jinnick, world champions unofficially in bracket class 400.
And look who's coming our way.
And here comes Nick Buis and J.J. Turk. Speaking of LSB, that was Britt's boat last year. Now wearing the X Insurance color.
Flag.
And today, they'll take
maybe world champions.
the checkered flag and unofficially.
Well, we're going to see who comes the rest of the way around here. This is wide open for
that.
This is
class
wide,
five
guys.
breakdown.
This is wide open, as Joey's saying, because we last saw NMBRV. They were not up on plane again, and they've been
boat floater in second.
They've been up and off plane.
No,
where's boat floaters too? Boat floaters is going to play a
he's
big
coming
point
up in
this.
second right now.
Third.
RNS was in second.
So boat floaters coming into third.
Yeah.
We'll bump them, and then all of a sudden you're looking at best. North Myrtle Beach is not off the podium yet, though. That's the crazy part. They need in order for Statement Marine to win the World Championship, they need North Myrtle Beach to drop all the way behind Speed Marine, and that's all about distance right now because they're all in the same lap when they all went down here. So we're kind of playing on distance.
Wow.
So they're desperately trying to just limp across.
Right, a limp is that puts boat floaters in the third.
Playing the attrition game.
Speed Marine went down there, so North Myrtle went by us a bit. So I guess they would officially be ahead of Speed Marine, wouldn't they, right now? So if that's the case, then
and Nick
they're
and
still
JJ
sitting
are
on the
running
podium.
another lap.
I can see them. They're still in gear, idling, heading that way. So we may see them trying to swim after this if they don't.
If that might be just enough, though.
Got a rope between their teeth. And
You're right. Be like a Talladega Nights ending.
And our race fans watching the live stream got an opportunity from that shot from the X Insurance Helicam to see that impact that we think caused that problem. They were battling for the lead, Kevin, between 1 and 2 when they really came down hard in a hole.
Yeah. That's some rough stuff on the outside. Just takes one good hit to throw anything off. Could have busted a water hose loose. I mean, exhaust is a big thing.
There's Mr. Perseverance, Jim Simmons.
Yeah, they finished second overall here today.
Third for the World
Class
Championship,
400.
the Marines. They're on the podium for the bracket 4.
Well, who would be ahead of them for the
Framed won it.
Yep.
Precious Vodkas beat them by 4 points in the end for second place.
Wow. Even though the Precious Vodka didn't finish?
By 4 points today.
Oh, wow.
By 4 points over the overall point total, so it's not really a matter. It's points comes first, then time, then distance. So you're looking at Precious Vodka still sitting second, Simmons third overall.
When you got your boat up and running like that.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, you take another run around. Here's RNS.
So they're officially second for the day, which locks them in there. 242 points. Statement X is 251. But North Myrtle Beach is sitting at 259 if they sit in fourth place here. If they can cross this finish line here, they're still going to be the world champions.
Wow.
Limping to the finish line right here. Might be the slowest.
Where are they?
Most matriculating world championship.
They are idling to two.
They're idling to 2.
Yeah, here's X Insurance again on the live stream. RNS Racing, a 32-foot bad boy with a Speed Marine engine from Jay Woltman and Kyle Miller, Howard Richardson and Tom Crowley in that RNS Racing team. Feeling good today, taking a second.
Third on the podium for the World Championship.
Tommy Gunn, right?
Tommy the Gun. Used to run Randy Schluss, one of the greats in SVL and Typhoon.
Yep.
Actually, Tommy's first year out, we were running against him. I think they got a national championship, so he came out swinging.
Wrapping up racing here, our first of 2 starts here in the morning grid for the Key West World Championships. We'll have an intermission in between and get back going at 12:30 with the factory 450R boats.
You think this is orders from Rick Lindsay? Keep running. I want to get footage.
Quite possible.
Well, this is a shot. X Insurance Helicam.
Yep.
The helicopter. Parker shooting the shot. And Nick and JJ running that 29 Extreme flawlessly with the Tyler Crockett engine.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
And Mark Spates also designed the big statement V-bottom.
That's right.
So Nick's like, it feels just like a statement.
Yep, that's what he said.
Yeah, well, and they were partners. And
Yep.
every, Nick says Mark's fingerprints are on every statement bottom. He said he was a mad genius. And he built one hell of a V-bottom. And LSB has to be very happy with the performance of all their teams here throughout the championship.
They all did an excellent job.
Art is looking down with a smile.
I think he's a proud papa today.
I'd say yes. And you get a chance to talk about it, being best buds with Britt, but talk about, diabolical. What he does to those boats, I mean, he has the mold, but that's not where it stops. The boat comes out. He's working on the bottoms.
Yeah,
he's flipping it over.
Oh yeah, he never stops, and like you'll see in some of the difference in the newer boats, like
Myrtle Beach is on a rope. NMBRV is on a rope. They are not going to try to make the idle.
Well, I mean, what? I still believe they went further than the Speed Marine boat,
and that was their goal,
distance-wise, and you're on the same lap and everything like that. And today, so as long as they went further, that puts them into 4th place for the day, 259 points. And a world championship, still nonetheless.
Wow.
Well, what about Boat Floater just finishing?
They're going to sit at 238 points, which will be good for 4th place.
Okay.
Wow. So getting around getting around Speed Marine was what they needed to do under their own power.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin. Again, talking to Britt, talking to you, it just does. The boats just don't pop out of the mold.
No.
And Britt's done with them, and not only that, he makes some of the baddest paint jobs that you see too.
He does, man. I'll tell you. And one thing with these newer ones that he's trying different stuff on each boat. I mean, not too far off, because really that boat that just won, that boat works. It's proven. He's done some stuff with step extensions. You'll see there's actually a hole in the side of North Myrtle Beach. That's a knock-a-duct, and what that does is that forces air wherever you want to put it in the boat. So that one, I believe, actually feeds the step. So that's pushing air underneath of the boat to give it lift. I think Speed Marine's got one as well. There's another one, whether the 4th boat has it. But, he doesn't stop. These guys won't stop. They're going to get back. They might chill out for a week, but then they're going to be pulling these things apart and figuring out what to do to make them faster. And I actually just heard yesterday, being around the pits, APBA and the class for Mod V, they are actually going to increase the minimum weight to 5,000 pounds. Right now, you got to come out at 4,750. So a lot of these boats that are out there, the LSB Extremes and a lot of the Phantoms, they actually weigh maybe 4,000 pounds, 4,200. So you have to add weight. But the advantage with that is you can put the weight wherever you want to, and that's what helps with the day like today, with the balance of the boat and being rough and being that kind of. But now.
But what will an extra 250 pounds mean? We
were talking about it, and my personal feeling, I don't think it's going to affect it as much with the Mod V boat. Now, if you were in a stock V with that 525, it just doesn't have enough torque and horsepower compared to what they're making now. So I don't think it's going to hurt it that much. One of the things like the RNS boat, the 32-foot Phantoms, those are all twin-step boats as opposed to a single-step boat.
Yep.
So the rule has been forever that you have to add 250 pounds for every extra step that you have. So this is, I believe, a good thing, because it's going to allow more boats like that Precious Vodka boat that's running Class 4 right now. He could go in there, and he doesn't have that extra weight penalty to deal with. They come out and be competitive. There's a lot of other boats out there that, like I said, I think would be more open to come to the class by raising the weight. But I think it's also going to control the speed a little bit more. Everybody was getting concerned about how fast we were starting to run. They were talking about trying to lower the RPM, and they've done that before with SBI, and you went from 5,800 to 5,600 to 5,400. That makes a big difference. not just with your engine program, but with your props, your drive height, all that stuff. So I think it was smart to just leave everything else the way that it is and add a little bit of weight and make it a fair.
Now you've raced.
Hey, let's
okay.
give these guys their moment.
Oops,
They're going to
yep.
unveil their checkered flag.
All right.
Nick Buis and JJ Turk. And
Doing the X.
Statement
Doing
Marine
the X, yeah.
Doing the X. We also
The
see
other
today
winners there, all
the
right.
other winners there, and now Michael Flamia and John Jennick and the Hog's Breath boat. They will be world champions.
That's correct. They are world champions.
After first place here today. Again, the points shake up because you only had the one day. You didn't have the two 100-point races to factor in. This 200-point final really changed things up, Joey.
It does. And in the end, the Precious Vodka had a great run there, but the minute they broke down, their world championship faded away because it was such a great run by the local boys from Big Pine there. They had a great season. I was in communication with them all season about their run, and congratulations to be able to come home in their inaugural season and come out here and win a world championship and follow up their national championship in that bracket 4 class. So congratulations.